Thinking about starting a garden but don't have much space? Container gardening might be the answer.
Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk to you about the pros and cons of container gardening. If, like me, you don't have a very big garden or it's mostly concrete, container gardening could be the way to go, but it's not without its challenges. So let's look at some pros and cons.
Let's start with the pros. Number one, you can do it anywhere. Even if you don't have a big garden, or your garden's like mine and is mostly concrete, container gardening is still possible. You can pop a few pots by your front or back door, grow herbs on your windowsill, or even turn a tiny balcony into a mini vegetable patch. Number two, you can move your pots around. One of the biggest advantages is the flexibility. If your plant's not getting enough sunlight, move it. I do this during the day with some of my pots, like the carrots and peppers, to ensure they're getting as much sun as possible. If the weather is still chilly overnight or bad weather is forecast, bring the pots in or pop them in a plastic walk-in greenhouse like what I've got. You're not stuck with a permanent layout like you are with traditional gardens. Number three, it's easier to keep on top of weeding. Weeds are a nightmare for gardeners, popping up all over the place and multiplying like bunnies. But when you're growing all your plants in pots, it's actually much easier to keep on top of weeding. As soon as a weed pops up, you can easily pull it out. Whereas with a regular garden, they can multiply much faster because there's a lot more space for them to spread. Number four, you control the soil. If your ground is heavy clay or full of rubble, that's not an issue with container gardening. You choose what goes in, whether that's multi-purpose compost or a custom mix depending on what you're growing. I tend to stick with multi-purpose compost and a bit of plant food because I'm still a beginner and I don't really know what I'm doing. And number five, it's perfect for beginners. You don't have to commit to a full garden all at once. You can start with just 1 or 2 pots, try something simple like herbs or even potatoes, and build up your confidence from there. I've been planting a few different things each month to ease me in, and I share a monthly video of what I'm growing and how it's all doing.
Hi, Hayley here. If you're enjoying this video, please do give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to the channel. Thank you.
Now let's move on to the cons of container gardening. It can be expensive. Pots and compost don't come cheap, especially if you're filling up a lot of containers. I was lucky enough to receive a lot of free compost which I've used on the wildflower garden, but it wasn't the best for gardening. It was full of straw, so it doesn't really hold much water. Earlier in the year, I gathered all my pots together and thought I definitely will not need to buy any more for years, but actually I had to buy some recently because I didn't have that particular size. And if you need big pots for things like potatoes or parsnips, they can really add up. Number two, pots can get heavy. Once they're full of compost and watered, some containers are really difficult to move. Like these grow bags with the potatoes in are so heavy. I can budge the carrot one a little bit, but the potato one weighs an absolute ton. So if you've limited strength, like me, you may struggle if you need to move heavy pots or bags around. Number three, you'll need to water more often. Unlike raised beds or borders, containers dry out quite quickly, especially in hot weather. It means you'll need to keep an eye on them more closely and maybe water daily in the summer. This can be tricky if you're going away, as you'll need to ensure they're getting enough water or in a cooler spot. One of the reasons I wanted to try the water butt was of course because it's better for the environment, it's better for the plants to use rainwater, but also to save me some money because of the amount of water I was having to use. Number four, plants get root bound faster. In a pot, roots only have so much space to grow. If they hit the sides and they start circling, that can stunt the plant's growth, as I think has happened with my peppers. So repotting or choosing bigger containers is important. And number five, you're limited in what you can grow. Some plants just don't do well in pots. Big crops like pumpkins or full-size cabbages often need more space than a container can give. Other plants can be grown in pots like parsnips or potatoes, but you need to make sure the pot or bag is big enough or that will affect the growth.
Container gardening is a great way to get started with growing your own fruit and veg if you're limited on space, but it's not without its ups and downs. I hope you found this interesting or useful. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.